Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Business Banker Spotlight with your girl, Lady J, right here on JQLM Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network. And I do have another amazing guest today, but before I share who that guest is, of course, we must get the formalities out of the way as always. So, with that being said, if this is your first time tuning into the show or JQLM Radio, when you would like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in, be sure to tell them to download the JQLM Radio app on their Apple or Android devices. You can also listen live to JQLM Radio 24/7, 365 on Amazon Alexa, TuneIn app, Stream a Simple Radio app, and a host of other platforms, of which you can find located on our website at egoentertainmentnet.com, where you can also listen live. Also, don't forget to connect with us on social media. Follow, like, and share. We do connect and follow back. So at JQLM Radio, follow us there on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also connect with Ego Entertainment Network at EgoEntNet. That's EgoEntNet on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. And you can connect with us on LinkedIn. Last but not least, if you would like to connect with myself, Lady J, you can connect with me on Facebook at Lady J Brand, on Instagram at LadyJ.co, also on Twitter at JAQ_1. That's JAQU _ and the number 1. And you can connect with me on LinkedIn at Lady J. Don't forget to follow and connect with Business Bangers as well on Instagram and Facebook at Business Bangers, and visit our website at businessbangerscenters.com. And to learn more about me and all that I do, the different products and services that I offer, go to my website at ladyj.co. Man, that was a mouthful. It's always a mouthful, ain't it? So with that being said, let me go ahead and introduce my guest for today. So my guest today is Mr. Cody Lowry, and he is the author of the book SCHMOOZE. All right, what they should be teaching at Harvard Business School, I believe. So let's go ahead and welcome him to the show. Welcome, Cody. How are you?
Hello, Lady J. How are you?
I'm well. I'm so excited to have you here today. Thank you so much for joining me.
I am delighted.
All right. So before we get into your book and what you do, can you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you like to do in your spare time, a little bit about your background?
I sure can. I'm originally from Motown. Our family moved when I was 5. I was raised in Fort Lauderdale. Went to Florida State University, opened up an ad agency in Tampa, Florida, just sold it a few years ago, and charging, speaking, and consulting, and having a grand time.
Awesome. So when you said Motown, the first thing that came to my mind was Motown Records.
Oh, Detroit,
Yeah.
Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
So tell us, before we get into your book, tell us a little bit about your right now, what you do, and because I know that you help with like fundraisers and things of that sort. So tell us a little bit about actually what you do as far as business is concerned.
Yeah, well, I'm a business consultant. I've been had an advertising and marketing business for 30 years. And, you think you're going to retire. I always tell people, when you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, you're rot. So keep charging. And as I said earlier, I'm having a good time doing a lot of consulting work. I was with a client today. They've got 25 restaurants, and working with them, and just staying busy. And I like golf, and I like fishing, and I like all those kinds of things, but I'm not going to spend every waking hour doing that. So I do a lot of speaking, and as you mentioned, fundraisers. We just last Sunday and Monday, I was the MC, but we raised $385,000 for St. Jude Children's Hospital, and that was very exciting to be part of that, and to be around some pretty dynamic people.
Awesome. That's amazing. I love St. Jude, and just all the many people actually that rally around that specific organization and hospital to help raise money for those families is absolutely amazing. I think that they definitely found a niche as far as standing out to be able to provide those resources for families to just focus solely on healing so they don't have to worry about a whole bunch of other costs. So kudos to you for being a part of that.
Yeah, well, they gave me some information that I wasn't aware of, but just real quickly,
Uh-huh.
just the daily operating budget, just to open the doors and turn on the lights,
Hmm.
is $1.7 million a day. So they
Woo.
got to raise a lot of money, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Okay, so um now you wrote a book um called Schmooze, and it has a I want to say a subtitle to it as
It's
well.
schmooze what they should teach at Harvard Business School.
Right. So tell us a little bit about the book. What is it about, and what made you decide to write it?
Okay, well, I've led a pretty incredible life. A lot of wonderful things have happened to me. I've accomplished quite a bit. Schmooze usually takes on, Lady J, a negative connotation, but what I've done in the book is redefine it.
Right.
And schmooze comes from the Yiddish word schmoozen, which means to chat idly in a friendly or persuasive manner, as to gain favor and, business or other connections. And I've redefined it. In the book, the sizzle is, and they've got it on the front cover, or flap, and setting up a meeting with the president of the United States in 1 week, getting a baseball signed by the Pope, carrying the torch in the Olympic torch relay, receiving a Super Bowl ring from NFL, one of NFL's head coach, getting a baseball autographed by the Pope, auditioning for Saturday Night Live within a 48-hour notice, and those are all kind of wows. But then you get into the book, and it's not a biography at all. It's a lesson really in communication and persistence.
Mm-hmm.
My good friend Dr. Nito Quibane, president of High Point University,
Mm-hmm.
said that we live in the most connected society of the history of the world, but and yet we are more disconnected than ever. And so schmooze is about hearkening back to the days when we looked people in the eye and we greeted people with a smile, and our relevancy wasn't based on looks and likes. And when people
Right.
read the book, they say it's inspirational, and we can share a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's very funny. I was born with a lampshade on my head, and they, yeah, and it's a great, it's a great people for lessons and getting up at the podium and building relationships. Do you know, Lady J, we have clients. I have clients that have been on the books for over 30 years. I'm going to talk to them in about 2 hours, and I talk about the secret sauce: build the relationship, get the client to trust you, and then never let them down. So, that's what the book's about, and it's doing very, very well. It was, endorsed by some pretty big heavyweights,
Mm-hmm.
including Hal Steinbrenner of the New York Yankees, and Simon and Schuster distributed it, and and it's going well. It just became an Amazon bestseller, so I'm excited about that.
Awesome, awesome, amazing. And I think that you are correct in saying that the word schmooze definitely has a negative connotation that's attached to it. I mean, I think it's interesting though that you kind of change the perspective
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
Um,
redefined it.
so tell me what actually inspired you to, or yeah, what inspired you or triggered you to choose that word to change the connotation that's attached to it.
Well, it's a word that I've used, in my own life, with certain individuals. I say, "You schmoozer, you're schmoozing me," or something like that. Quit
Uh-huh.
that schmoozing. I don't know. I like it. I think it's somewhat compelling. I think it draws people in, and I do a very good job, so I'm told, of redefining that word schmooze, early on,
Mhm.
and really it's just the opposite of what the true definition of the word is now, because it's really about being genuine and being
Right.
kind to all, regardless of class, and going through life with a good bedside manner.
Awesome. So with this book, tell me, what is the ultimate takeaway that you want readers to have when they read it?
Well, and then there's, it covers a broad range of demographics. Obviously, the millennials, and you're talking to somebody who was had about 30 of them working for me, and I mean, they've lost their social skills, or they don't have any social skills.
All right.
They walk down the hallway, they got their head buried in the phone, and
Yeah.
and so it's great for the millennials because it gives them an opportunity to learn from somebody who's been in the arena how to actually start relationships. And I don't know if you're if you know this, but you start building relationships within the first 30 seconds when you're meeting somebody,
Right.
and not having your act together doesn't help at all. So I think it's for them. I think for the people 55 plus. I have a friend, he's in the book, and he's a self-made billionaire, and we were having a conversation, Lady J, at his house in Kiowa on the ocean, and he said,
Mm-hmm.
"Cody, you said something to me last year, and it just really hit home." And I say so many wondrous things. I couldn't remember what the heck it was, but so I said, "Well, what was that, Damien?" He said, "I asked you when you were going to retire, and you said that you weren't going to retire, that you wanted to stay relevant." And I think that's real important. We live in a different world today, Lady J. My mom died at 54. My dad died at 51. When I hit 55, I thought I hit the lottery,
Right.
and and here I am, 20 years removed, and I'm still going. I'm still charging. And when I was growing up, 50 was old, 60 was really old, 70.
Yep.
Wow, you never ran into anybody 70 and 80. I
Yeah.
mean, they all had walkers, and and so we're going to live the fastest growing demographic in the country is people reaching age 100. So, there's a lot of us that are going to make it into our 90s and 100 and above because of
Right.
just we've got a healthier lifestyle, and we've got the right medications, and
Mm-hmm.
the breakthroughs that have been made in medicine. So, I think the book is really it's for everyone, and it's an evergreen book. It's popular today. It's going to be popular 10 years from now. In fact, one of the publishers, and it's on the flap of the cut. I was rather flattered, but they said not since Dale Carnegie's "How to Win Friends and Influence People" is there better roadmap to enhance one's life, and so I was very proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's a great book, and as I said, there's something in there for everyone, and especially the our younger generation.
Awesome. I think that it sounds like it's packed with so much. So but it would take some time, I know, to probably process everything that you had to offer, but the fact that it has content in there for everyone is definitely um definitely significant and sets you apart. The fact that elderly and the millennials can all take something away from it, so I think that's great. But before we go any further, and I hear from Mr. Lowry about how you all can support him, how to connect with him, and things of that sort, we are going to take a quick break. All right. But when we come back, we will continue the conversation. So stick and stay. We'll be right back. You are tuned into the Business Banger Spotlight with your girl, Lady J, right here on JQLM Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network. Hey, it's your girl, Lady J, and this is a special public service announcement. The Gallery Event Center of Indianapolis, Indiana is now an official partner. If you are a client of mine and you are in need of a venue to book your next event, then book with the Gallery Event Center today, who offers all-inclusive packages at extremely affordable prices. But wait, there's more. You are able to book custom all-inclusive packages that have been tailored exclusively for Lady J's clients. And yes, that includes the Ego Entertainment Network clients too. Connect with me today at ladyj.co to receive your promo code and visit the Gallery Event Center located at 5852 East 82nd Street or call 317-534-6399 and visit their website at thegalleryeventcenter.com. This has been a special public service announcement by Lady J. Love y'all. Deuces.
Hey there. If you can hear my voice, this is Pamela, host of Hospital the Tea, here to remind you that Ego Entertainment Network has a lot for your business. Listen, honey, you need to get with it. Ego Entertainment offers various services, media coverage, red carpet services, promo interviews on air. They offer meet and greet services, honey, not to mention other event services. You want to get in gear. Ego Entertainment is empowered greatness optimized. We're now booking and spots are going fast. Ego serves the United States and all event types, honey. So if you are opening a business, having a store opening, a restaurant opening, and you want some coverage, Ego Entertainment is the way to go. Call or text 317-886-0296 or go to egoentertainmentnet.com.
All right. So before we continue our conversation, for those of you who are just tuning in, you are tuned in to the Business Banger Spotlight Show with your girl, Lady J, right here on JQLM Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network. And my guest today is Mr. Cody Lowry, and he is the author of the book SCHMOOZE, What They Should Be Teaching in Harvard Business School. And he was sharing with us a little bit about his background, him being a business consultant, and how his book has something in it for everyone. So whether you're a millennial, a middle-aged person, or an elderly, you all can gain something from it. So but before we continue in that, it is now time for our Business Banger tip of the week. And this week's tip is all about balance. It's hump day, y'all. It's your girl, Lady J, and this week's Business Banger tip is all about balance. Often, people are busy just to be busy. If you're going to be busy, make sure it's productive. Balance has to be obtained and maintained in order to be effective in being productive in your business. Find your balance in your busyness. Happy hump day, y'all. Business Bangers, stay ready. Don't forget to follow me on social media and visit the Business Bangers website to stay updated on our Business Banger help shops and more. Make sure you tune in to the Business Banger Spotlight Show every Monday evening at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on JQLM Radio. The information is listed here on the flyer. Keep banging in business. All right. So that was our Business Banger tip of the week, because you all know right here on the Business Banger Spotlight Show, hump day is also Monday, not just Wednesday. So, Mr. Lowry, can you tell everyone how can they connect with you if they would like to gauge some of your business consulting services, and if they would like to get a signed copy of your book?
I'd be delighted. My email address, it's amazing how many people are emailing me. But my email is myschmooze@gmail.com, myschmooze@gmail.com. My website is mrschmooze.com. And the book is Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, wherever books are sold. So that's pretty much the best way for people to reach out.
Awesome. And so for those of you who are tuning in live and want to go back and listen to the replay or watch the replay, I'm going to have that information in the information section when this goes out. Also, on all the major podcast platforms, as all of our JQLM radio listeners know, if you missed something live, you can go back and watch on one of those. So we'll have that information listed there. Mr. Lowry, in closing, are there any final thoughts that you would like to share? And and please let everyone know how they can connect with you. Are you on social media? If you are, can you give us some?
Yep. All the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Sure. So yeah, I guess what I would like to, I said the book was inspirational, Lady J, and
Mhm.
most people have a rags to riches story. Mine was a riches to rags. When we moved to Florida and I was 5 years old, I left a pretty comfy life along with my siblings and mom and dad in Detroit. And I mean, in Detroit, there's a high school named after my grandfather, Frank Cody High School. He's the first president of Wayne State University. My mother was a debutante, went to finishing schools, was raised with the Fisher kids and the Ford kids. But she married dear old Emery, and when they came to Florida, they both had a grand old time with the bottle, and my dad lost whatever, in money that he inherited. And it was a crazy life. Within a 7 year period, a 7 mile radius, we moved 32 times.
Ooh.
I can remember, you know, coming home from school one time with my little brother, and we didn't live there anymore.
Oh
And
wow.
it was a crazy time, and you can just imagine the chaos, the lights being turned off, St. Vincent's de Paul delivering food, but my mom, you know what, she instilled in uh, my brothers and sisters that maybe we didn't have anything right now, but we had this blue blood running through our veins, and she actually made us feel that we didn't have to wallow in the socioeconomic group where we were. We could actually hang out with anyone, and we
Right.
did that. And I started selling papers on the street at age 11. Lady J, would you buy a paper if I told you where you got your shoes, what state you were born in, and how many birthdays you've had?
Oh,
For a
that's awesome.
nickel,
Yeah.
for a nickel, of course you would, right?
Yeah.
And this is after you've turned me down 3 times, right? And I said you got your shoes on your feet. You were born in the state of infancy, and you've only had one birthday the day you were born. So when I was selling papers, I think that's where I was really developing my life skills, including persistence. People said if a book wasn't called Schmooze, what would it be called? And I said persistence. I mean, I don't know how
Awesome.
much time we have, but in
Mhm.
48 hours, I set up a meeting with Saturday Night Live, and I auditioned 48 hours later. I mean,
Wow.
it's a great story. How do you get the president of the United States set up a meeting with him? It's about persistence, because
Right.
what people have to understand in life, and this is one of my favorite quotes. It's a Japanese proverb: "Fall down 7 times, get up 8." And
All right.
so when you feel like life has turned its back on you, keep charging, keep going for it, and be persistent.
Yes.
How did I get a baseball signed by the Pope? How did I have an opportunity to carry the torch in the Olympic torch relay? I mean, it all centers around the schmooze one way or the other, and communicating and
Right.
mentoring and all those kinds of things.
Awesome. Well, Mr. Lowry, listen, you are amazing. So I
Well,
just
you're amazing.
I just love it. Make sure that you all go and get the book Schmooze. Okay. Listen, just by listening to him. I mean, if that doesn't make you want to go get it, then I don't know what will. Okay. Go to Amazon or MrSchmooze.com, get the book, and then leave a review. Let them know, how it helped you, how it blessed your life, how in whatever capacity that may be. So make sure that you connect with him. Again, Mr. Lowry, I want to thank you so much for being my guest here today on the Business Banker Spotlight Show. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Well, for me as well. Do I have time to give them a little promotion?
Yeah, go ahead. Mhm.
Okay, so the first 5 people that email me at myschmooze at gmail.com, tell me who you are, tell me a little bit about yourself, and the first 5 people, I'm going to send a signed copy of the book, and I'll have it FedEx to you.
Awesome. All right, exclusive for JQLM radio listeners. You better get on it.
There you go. There you go. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. All right, everyone. So we have come down to the end of our show. I want to thank you all again for being here with me right here on the Business Banger Spotlight Show on JQLM Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network. Until next time, remember, business bangers, stay ready. So keep banging in business. This is your girl, Lady J. I'm signing off. And I will see you all next Monday at 7:15 p.m. right here again. All right. Love y'all. Gotta go.